Okay, I'm joined here by Luke Garrard after a 2-2 draw with Arsenal 11. Luke, could we perhaps take more positives from that one?
100%. Obviously, positives are Junior Dixon scoring, Matty Rush scoring, Erico Souza getting 45, Bushy getting 45. Important now to start building people up. Had to obviously look after Benton and O'Connor, who I felt had an influence in the game when they come on. Positives are that you're getting 90 into Claydon. So yeah, there's a lot of positives. It was a great exercise. For me, it was brilliant because I'm learning all the time and about partnerships and pairings and seeing who works best together. But yeah, no, it was a great exercise. I thank Arsenal for that. I've given themselves a great account of themselves this afternoon. Challenged us and put us to the sword at times, especially in the first half. And then I felt we managed the game a little bit better in the second half. But there's a lot that we need to work on. We're 2 weeks in, we've got 4 weeks to go, and we're on schedule to hopefully, fingers crossed, be ready for August the 9th.
Yeah, and as you touched on, we've opened our pre-season tally. Junior Dixon and Matt Rush now off the marker. How pleased are you for them?
The finish from Junior was excellent. The goal from Rushy early on was excellent. I thought Newton and Claydon were really productive down the left-hand channel, creating a lot of opportunities. Had a lovely little relationship, the pair of them. Don't get enough bodies in the box. A little bit reluctant to get in the box, which is not good if you're a lone striker through the middle of the pitch. You need bodies to run across you, to take defenders across and out of position to allow you to get first contacts. But yeah, no, listen, really happy for the pair of them. The Junior's goal was excellent in terms of his finish, but I felt we created a few opportunities first half, especially down the left-hand side with Newts and Claydon, and we had a little bit more of the ball, a lot more possession in their half, a lot more territory. It's just now about making sure that we have different ways and different entries into their final third and have more productivity than what we showed up in the latter stages of the game.
Yeah, and before you touched on this game being perhaps indicative of where we are. Where are we?
It's a gauge for me to show where pairings are, where partnerships are. And obviously we're 2 weeks in against a side that are athletic, quick, move the ball really, really well. And we need to make sure that we improve in areas, because too often they cut through us, too often we shipped out. But that's why I go back to my pairings and organisation. I thought Charlie O'Connell would come in and marshalled that a lot better. I thought Benton going in a 10 was effective, hurt people beyond, ran off defenders. At times we were too passive in our runs in the forward areas, but this is what we got to do. This is what we got to improve on. And against a side that obviously for me would have been a test, I think that's as close to what we will face in the National League currently with the 3 games we've played. A different test against Billericay on Tuesday. Can see a little bit more on duels, a little bit more on second balls, and we need to make sure that we're as productive as we possibly can and make sure that we're ready for that and keep improving brick by brick. We need to make sure that we're ready for August the 9th and not maxing out on the 12th of July.
Yeah, and obviously looking forward to that Billericay game on Tuesday. Does the mindset at all shift from getting minutes into the legs to now getting results?
Never been about results. Pre-season, never been about results. I've been at a side as a player and won 8 out of 8 and started with 4 losses on the bounce. I've been at a side where I've been involved as a manager where you've not won a game in pre-season and then you go and start the season on fire. So I don't take into consideration anything about results. Performances are key for me, huge performances. Making sure we're doing the right things, getting the workload. The recovery run for their counter was excellent because we had 8 bodies past their 3. They're the things that I look for. I think they're important. But these are all the expectations and the boundaries that we've set the group. We need to be better in a lot of areas. We had some real joy in spells today, and it involved certain personnel that have had a real good start to pre-season. And we've had, for me, we need to be better in key positions because the percentage of goals comes from counter-attacks in the National League is paramount, and we need to be better that they can't carve through us like that. Give credit to Arsenal, full credit to Arsenal for offering up what they offered up. Thanks Max and Ken and the Arsenal boys, because that was a real good test today in tough conditions, and we'll strip it all back. I'll watch it back tomorrow and make sure that the boys are aware of what it looks like and ensuring that we improve on this performance like we did in the Luton and Watford game.
Thank you, Luke.